Good evening, Daniel. Hello.
Hello,
Hello, hello. How are you doing? Is
I'm
everything?
fine.
Mm-hmm.
How are you?
All good, thanks. All good. Just we've survived. I mean, this week. Okay. Well, so let's see. What did you do at home, Daniel? Mm-hmm.
Так.
Work.
Page number 49 or
59.
59,
Mm-hmm.
exercise 1.
Exercise one. Okay. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Task one. Begin,
Task
Daniel.
one.
Number two.
Number 2, any.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3, too much.
Mm-hmm.
Big enough.
Mm-hmm.
A little.
Yes.
Too quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Very few.
Yes.
Enough hours.
Enough hours. Perfect. Part B.
Part B. Number 2, enough.
Mm-hmm.
Too expensive.
Mm-hmm. Three.
Number 3, я не понял. Что туда
Mm-hmm.
вставить? Мгм.
Uh, okay.
Hours
Look
тоже
at
мы где?
no, just look at them.
Yes.
Do you think they had a lot of sleep last night?
No.
No, so what is the opposite of a lot of sleep last night? So
No. A little.
a little or little?
Little, просто little.
Little sleep, yes, They
Мгм.
only had little sleep last night.
Little sleep.
And now
Окей.
use another word just to show that there was a shortage, a lack of sleep.
Окей. And we didn't have enough sleep.
Enough sleep last night, yes.
Что-то
Enough
я
sleep?
почему-то думал, что sleep это как глагол, и
Ah,
нужно еще
no.
что-то вставить.
Have sleep, right? Have sleep. It's this is the verb, have a sleep, right? Mm-hmm.
Мгм.
But in this case, it's a noun. Well,
Получается,
four,
если
да?
дословно, это как будет переводиться?
Мгм. Мы мало спали прошлой ночью. Или
Так.
мы спали недостаточно прошлой ночью.
Ну, понятно. Я просто, мне
Ну,
казалось, что не
ага.
хватает такого-то слова еще.
А,
Поэтому.
возможно. Ага, да, окей, возможно. Но теперь, да, то есть сама фраза have sleep.
Мгм.
Спать.
Sleep,
Have
спать.
sleep. Мгм. Next, four.
Понятно. For he has a lot of video games, a
Ага,
lot of,
yes. Mhm.
and enough.
There aren't enough shelves, right? Five.
5. No, there's no petrol.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Uh, there isn't any.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Good.
Number
And
6.
six.
Так, very few
Mm-hmm.
and by many.
She doesn't buy many books these days. Excellent. Excellent. Okay. And there also was a vocabulary
Etc.
task. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yes.
Vocabulary task. Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's see. So what are these electronic devices?
Okay. A mouse. Number 7.
Mm-hmm.
A speaker. Number 8.
Mm-hmm.
A USB cable.
Yes. Cable.
11.
11.
A keyboard. 6.
Can you say that again?
Keyboard.
Keyboard. 6.
Mhm. A memory stick.
Mm-hmm.
9.
Yes.
A plug. 2. Number 2.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
A remote remote control. 4.
Yes.
A screen. 5.
Mm-hmm.
A socket. 12.
Mm-hmm.
A switch. 1.
Mm-hmm.
An adapter.
Yes, adapter.
Adapter. Number 10.
Mm-hmm.
And headphones. And number 3.
Number three. That's right. Danielle, can you please say this word?
Speaker.
Just there is a sound. Speaker.
Speaker.
Not speaker. It's not weak, but it's speaker. All right, speaker. Adapter.
Speaker.
Adapter.
Adapter.
Okay. Just when you see ER, OR, just we say speaker, adapter.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, that's about your pronunciation. Well, nice. So, we keep talking about technologies, Daniela. And today, just now, you are to match the sentences and to learn what happens when you deal with separable phrasal verbs. Can you just remind me what separable phrasal verb is?
Mm, phrasal verb
Yeah.
is it's a verb
Mm-hmm.
and plus extra word.
It's usually a particle, частица, particle, or
Particle.
preposition. Or
Yes, plus
preposition.
particle and preposition.
Uh-huh.
And mm, if we summarized it,
Mm-hmm.
um, it it changes
Mm-hmm.
meanings.
Yes. Usually, these phrasal verbs, yeah, they have different meanings from
Yes,
what these words mean
one verb,
separately.
one
Mhm.
verb plus plus different так как частица.
Particles. Uh-huh.
Particles plus different
Mm-hmm.
particles or preposition
Mm-hmm.
transform transforms verb to
Mm-hmm.
different meaning.
Yes, but we can say transform the meanings, right?
Yes,
Change
yes,
the meaning,
yes.
transform the
Change,
meanings of the verb.
yes.
Yes, that's right.
Mm.
Uh-huh. So, okay, that's good. You have perfectly defined the word, phrasal verb. What about separable now, Danielle? What does it
Separable.
mean separate? What does it mean separate?
Separate.
Uh-huh.
It's when we take
Mm-hmm.
take something from one thing
Uh-huh.
and it даже не знаю как. Ну,
Mm-hmm.
что-то отделяется, значит.
Да, разделяемый, да? Okay, so to separate it means to divide. Yes, поделить. To divide, you know?
Ага, окей, окей.
Yes, to divide.
Да.
To separate is to divide. Yes, something. Okay. And separable as a result, yeah, means that can be separated, right? So, as
Yes,
you can
yes.
see, as you have said, it consists, a phrasal verb usually consists of a verb and a particle or a preposition. And so it means these two parts can be separated, can be divided, and an object can go either between them or after the particle or preposition. Mhm.
Okay.
However, this is really important. For example, we can see the word verb switch on, right, or switch off. Well, can you please read this piece of information?
However, if the object is a pronoun, it must
Mhm.
go between the verb and particle. For
Yeah.
example, switch it on, not switch on it.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
For example, For example, Daniel, if we take a sentence, he switched off the computer, right? He switched off the computer. All right. So we are dealing with the phrasal verb switched off. And where is the object, Daniel?
Computer?
Computer. That's right. This is the object. So in this case, the object is a noun, right? This is a noun. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why we can use it. We can put it either between or
Mm-hmm.
at the end. So we can say he switched the computer off, or he
Yes.
switched off the computer. However, if the adjective is a pronoun like it,
Or one.
it, or for example, they, yes, them,
Mm,
he switched off, and there is some lamps, for example, them, right? So they must go between. He switched it off. He
off.
switched them off.
Okay.
hmm Yeah. All right. Hope you've got the point. Now just let's have a look at task C. Then yeah. Match the
Medicine.
sentences. hmm
I changed the heating from 20 to 18. Так. I turn it down.
Yes, I turn it down.
I disconnected my iPod from the computer. Disconnected. I pl- uh, нет, unplugged it.
Good.
I made the volume on the TV louder. Так. I turned it up.
Yes.
I pressed the off button on the TV. I switched it off.
hmm
I programmed the alarm on my phone. I set it for 7, half past 7. Или
Half past
7,
seven, 7:30.
7:30.
7:30. Yes.
I put my phone charger into a socket. I plugged it in.
Yes, correct.
I pressed the on button on my laptop. I switched it on.
Exactly. As you can see, Daniel, all these phrasal verbs are separable or inseparable.
Separable?
Separable, that's right. And why pronoun why objects? Why are objects used between the verb and particles or prepositions? Why?
Because subject is a pronoun. Or object
Yes,
is a
an object
pronoun.
is a pronoun. Yes, that's right. Can you please make up the same sentences but replace an object which is an object which is a pronoun by a noun in a sentence? For example, I switched off. Yes,
Mhm.
I switched off the
TV.
TV.
Mhm.
Got it, please.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I switched off the TV.
Mm-hmm.
No. Yes. I switched off the TV. I switched on my laptop
Good.
and turned down heating
Mm-hmm. The
and turned up
heating.
the
Uh-huh.
heating and I turned up mm, сейчас. TV and turned up
Mm-hmm. Yes,
the
I turned
TV.
up the TV. Yes,
The
correct. Good.
TV. I plugged in um, my
Mm-hmm.
iPod.
My phone charger, right? E.
Yes, yes.
Uh-huh. My phone
My
charger.
phone charger. My phone
Mm-hmm.
charger. I unplugged my iPod.
Yes, I unplugged my iPod. Yes, that's right. Good. That's how it
Mhm.
works. That's how it works. Well, now let's speak. Yeah, let's speak. Tell me please, how many devices do you have with screens? And which
How
one do you
many
use the most? hmm
how many devices do you have with screens?
Yes, with screens.
I have two devices, maybe.
Uh-huh. With screens, yeah?
Phone with screens, yes. It's my phone
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
my computer.
Yes. Which one do you use the most? The answer is obvious, but anyway, uh-huh.
I use I use the most.
I use something something the
I
most.
use my phone the most.
The most. Okay. Do you prefer to use a keyboard with or without a mouse?
I prefer to use keyboard with mouse.
With a mouse, yeah?
With a mouse, yes.
With why?
Because I don't know how to use computer without mouse. If it
Ah, okay, you're
if
talking
it
about
will
computer. Yes, I see. Okay, yes, I see. Yeah. Okay. Do you normally listen to music with headphones or with speakers?
I don't listen music.
You don't listen to music? Uh-huh.
I don't listen
Okay.
to music in computer. Или
You
by computer or
on the
by phone.
computer. On the
On the
computer.
computer or on the
Mm-hmm.
phone. I
Okay.
think I just listen music just in the car.
In a car, yes, I see. How many remote controls do you have at
Uh,
home? Let's
at
see.
home,
Mm-hmm.
I guess maybe two,
Two.
two
Uh-huh.
or three remote
Uh-huh.
controls.
Uh-huh.
It's
Is it
from
is it too many? Ah, sorry, yes. It's from what?
uh, for TV, for
Mm-hmm.
клима, или как он? Климат.
Climate control?
Yes,
Climate control?
climate control,
Climate control, yes.
climate control,
Mm-hmm.
and that's all.
Uh-huh. Do you
I
think
think
it's too many?
no.
No? Okay. How many pins do plugs in your country have?
How many pins?
Mhm.
Pins это что это такое?
So this is the plug, right? And how
Да,
many
ну я
pins?
приблизительно понимаю, да, потому что идет
Okay,
дальше.
well, how many pins? How many pins do
Ага.
plugs in Kazakhstan?
In our country, we have two pins.
Two pins,
Mm,
uh-huh.
mm, Да, two pins.
Two pins. All right. Do you need a travel adapter if you go abroad?
No.
No, we don't. In your house, do you usually agree about what the temperature should be, or is someone always turning the heating or air conditioning up and down?
Mm, In my house,
Mm-hmm.
uh, I have, not I have, there is, uh, there is, uh, так, не знаю, как сказать, одинаковое.
The same, the
The same.
same.
Точно.
Mm-hmm.
There is the same temperature and no one turning the heating or air conditioning up and down.
Up and down. Yes. Okay, I see. Thank you. Well, I think pins in the plugs, right? Pins and plugs.
Mhm.
Well, pins. Okay. Well, that was new for you. Thank you. Moving forward, Danielle. Well, that's all about just the technical side of different gadgets and electronic devices. And now we're gonna read and listen and speak about something different. Okay, I mean it's also about technology, but from another perspective, we're gonna talk about that. Well, you can see here there is the book cover. Mm-hmm. Can you
Mhm.
please read the book review information here firstly? Read the title, the cover, and then just answer what do you think the book is about and how do you think the three teenagers feel? Okay, let's begin
Okay.
with a just book cover. So, what's the title? Mm-hmm.
Title: The Winter of Our Disconnect.
Mm-hmm. By whom?
By Susan Mousehart.
Mouse heart, yes. And there is a short, yeah, just what's the
Uh,
maybe message?
how how one family pulled the plug on their technology and lived to tell text tweets the tale.
Yeah. This phrase, pull the plug on, Danyar,
Mhm.
means to refuse.
Mhm.
Okay? To refuse. Well, so now I think it's much clearer, yeah? So how one
Yeah.
family refused, okay, and lived just to tell, text, tweet the tale. Look back at the title, The Winter of Our Disconnect. Actually, here you can see there is a kind of piece of very important information. Danielle, can you read it? Mhm.
The title is a play on words. Shakespeare's play Richard
The
III,
third, uh-huh.
Richard III opens with a famous phrase: "Now is the winter of our disconnect."
Discontent. Yes,
Discontent,
discontent. Yes,
discontent.
so
Mhm.
the winter of our discontent to be content, Danielle, content means happy.
Mhm.
And discontent is it means
Unhappy.
unhappy. So yeah, so if we just summarize, we get the winter of our unhappiness. You
Mhm.
see? The winter of our unhappiness. And this is the play on words, right? Because they pulled the plug on their technology. And
Mhm.
this is the winter of their disconnect, but read discontent. Okay?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, okay. So
Yeah.
now let's read this introduction. Hmm?
The wise and hilarious story of a family who discovered that having fewer tools to communicate with actually let let them communicate more. When Susan Mousehart first announced her intention to pull the plug on her family's entire collection of electronic gadgets for 6 months, her three kids didn't react at all. Uh, says Mousehart. Looking back, I can understand why. They didn't hear me.
Well, is everything clear about this book
No.
review? No? No?
Нужно
Okay, let's
подумать
see.
чуть-чуть.
Okay. All right. Take your time. Wanna translate? Даниэль,
Да, так.
давайте попробуем.
Так. The Vice and Hilarious. Ну, я понимаю, что это какие-то прилагательные, но
The
не помню перевод.
wise, we usually call, okay, we usually call elder people wise because they have a very just huge life experience. That's why we say usually elder people are wise rather than
Мгм.
younger people. You got the
Wise.
point.
Ну, получается,
They have
мудрый.
more knowledge. Мудрый, yes.
Мгм.
And hilarious. It means very, very funny. It's a strong adjective for
Yes, yeah.
funny, right?
Да,
Okay.
сейчас запишу.
Yes, sure.
Так, мудрая и смешная история о семье, кто
Мгм.
обнаружил, да, или открыл,
Мгм.
что имея меньше приспособлений для коммуникации,
Мгм.
э,
На самом деле,
is actually, на самом деле, а let,
let привело их к тому, что
типа как
они
let только,
да, lead
ага,
привело их
все.
к
Я
тому,
вот сейчас не мог
что...
понять let,
А,
что
что
значит.
вы... and what did you think let means?
Нет, я вообще не думал ничего, просто не мог понять, что это за слово.
Окей, ага, actually let,
Оказывается, let,
да, привело к
ага,
тому,
привело их
ага, к
к
тому, что
большему,
они,
ну,
да,
коммуницировать больше. Как,
да,
как
к
так.
тому, что они стали больше коммуницировать. Yes, right.
Мгм.
Мгм.
Так, first announced. Впервые
Ага.
объявила, да? Или
Да,
как?
совершенно верно, да, объявила, когда она впервые
Объявила
объявила
об ее э, этом,
о
как это
своем
называется?
намерении, intention,
Intention, да,
о
намерение
своем намерении. Мгм.
отключить, отказаться,
Мгм.
так, entire collection, не знаю как.
Отказаться от э, всей коллекции электронных гаджетов своей семьи.
А,
Понимаете? Ага,
да,
on her family, вот это apostrophe s, это
да,
означает
да.
possessive cus. Ага,
Мгм.
когда она объявила свое намерение отказаться от всей коллекции электронных гаджетов своей семьи на
Так,
какой
на
период?
6 месяцев.
Ага,
Так, ее трое детей.
мгм.
М, Ну, видимо, как-то неправильно это поняли.
Вообще не среагировали на нее. Didn't
Не
react at all.
среагировали. Ага.
Вообще не среагировали. Понимаете? Настолько они были там. То есть, okay, didn't react at all. Says mouse heart. Говорит
Мгм,
mouse heart.
говорит Мэнсхарт.
Мгм.
Смотря назад, я
Мгм.
могу понять, почему
Мгм.
они
Мгм.
меня не слышали.
Они меня не слышали. Yes.
Мгм.
So even in such an important moment when she announced, right? Okay, so we are going to pull the plug on our devices. Yes, they didn't react at all because they didn't hear her. Okay. What do you think, Daniel, is this book about? Mhm.
Don't know. Maybe,
Mhm.
uh, maybe she has some invention.
Uh-huh.
Um, no, maybe
Okay.
kind. I don't know. Such as some mm, technology
Mhm.
or technique, like.
Uh-huh. Okay. And
But
then, yes, but what?
she has problems, maybe
Mm-hmm.
in her family. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know um, why her kids didn't hear her.
Mm-hmm. Maybe because they had just entire collection of electronic gadgets.
Maybe yes.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay.
Maybe it's about количество или так
Смотря чего, Даниэль.
количество гаджетов, да, если так сказать, или
Number.
множество.
Ага.
Number.
Да скажите, а как вы скажете множество? Вот давайте, на прошлом уроке было. Множество гаджетов, помните?
Нет.
Ага. Plenty of.
Plenty,
Помните?
yes,
Plenty
yes,
of.
plenty.
Угу.
Plenty of множество, да, plenty of.
Yes. Plenty of gadgets, right? And how do you think the three teenagers feel? I mean, for six
Uh,
months without them. Uh-huh.
I think at start
Mm-hmm.
they maybe felt themselves very bad,
Badly. Mm-hmm.
badly, very badly.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
but maybe later
Mm-hmm.
uh, something goes mm, better.
Uh-huh. Goes? Daniel.
Something went
Went.
better,
Yes, better.
and
Mm-hmm.
something changed in their ah changed in their
Mm-hmm.
family.
In their family. Okay. Something went better in terms of what, Daniel? And what could change?
In their relationship,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and
Okay. Okay.
maybe yes, their relationship.
Their relationship got better, yes? Uh-huh. Okay. Now let's check your theory, Daniel, and you're gonna listen to three, as I remember. Yeah, three parts of a radio breakfast show where the guests are discussing the book. You should answer these six questions. Here is the list of words and expressions that you may find difficult. For example, make the distinction. Make the distinction, it means to identify the difference. Find the difference. Make the distinction. In other words. То есть сделать разграничение, да, make the distinction, сделать разграничение, то есть найти разницу, alright, find the difference, find the
Okay.
distinction, okay. A landline phone, I think you can work it out on your own. Landline phone.
Landline phone. I think
Mhm.
it's uh, uh, old phone, maybe.
Yeah. Yes, that's right. With wires.
With
Стационарные,
wire.
да, телефоны?
Yes, yes,
Yes.
yes.
Okay, right. And bribe, to bribe. Maybe you know the word bribery.
No.
Bribe. Okay. For example, you want to get the service illegally, so you can bribe the people who can provide you with this service. You can give them some money. It means you bribe
А,
them.
это типа взятка?
Как существительная взятка, а как глагол?
А,
Подкуп.
подкупать.
Подкупать, да. Есть еще слово bribery. Это уже ситуация.
Мгм.
Мгм.
Взятник. Взятник.
Взяточничество, да? Взяточничество? Okay, I guess I said it right. Okay, взяточничество, okay, пусть будет. So, то есть
Окей.
коррупция, yes, коррупция, corruption,
Мгм.
yeah, that is bribery, of course. Well, to bribe. Okay, well, let's read the questions, look through the questions, and get ready to listen.
Why did Susan decide to do the experiment? Was it just her children who were spending too much time using technology? Who are digital immigrants and digital natives? What gadgets did Susan's family have to switch off and where? What were they allowed to use? How did she get the children to agree to the experiment? I think I know.
You know the answer to the
Answer
last
number
question.
6.
Okay, okay. So, but let's listen and be sure about your answer. Okay, get sure about your answer, please.
Okay.
5.19 Part 1
And now it's time for our Book of the Week, which is The Winter of Our Disconnect by Susan Mouseheart. Jenny, to start with, it's a good title, isn't it?
Yes, brilliant. And it was a fascinating experiment and a good read.
Tell us about it.
Well, Susan Mouseheart is a journalist who's bringing up 3 teenage children. She decided to do the experiment after reaching a point where she felt that the whole family, especially her children, were all living in their own little worlds, with headphones on, plugged into their laptops or their iPods or their smartphones, and that they weren't relating to the other people in the family.
So it wasn't just her children who were permanently plugged into an electrical device?
Well, she admits that she herself was quite addicted to her phone and to her iPod and her laptop, and that she was constantly reading news sites and Googling information, but it was really her children who were totally dependent on new technology. In the book, she makes the interesting distinction between digital immigrants and digital natives.
What does that mean?
She describes herself as a digital immigrant. That's to say, someone who didn't grow up with digital technology, which is really anyone who was born before 1980. Her children are digital natives, which means that they were born after computers and the internet were already part of life.
Well, that's me then.
Yeah, well, the main difference, she says, is that digital immigrants use the technology to find information or to listen to music, but digital natives live and breathe the technology. So for them, living without it is like living without water, without electricity, in the Dark Ages.
What were the rules of the experiment?
The family had to live for 6 months without using any electrical gadgets in the house with a screen. So, no smartphones, no TVs, no laptops or computers, no video consoles, and no iPods. They were allowed to use technology at school or at friends' houses or in internet cafes. And they were allowed to use landline phones, but everything else was switched off for the whole 6 months.
I couldn't do that.
Gosh, how on earth did she get the children to agree?
She bribed them. She told them she was going to write a book about the experiment and that they would share in any profits that she made from the book.
Wow. No, that was very clever of her.
Daniel, how was
Yeah.
that? You want to
It
listen to
was,
it again or you
it
can
was
answer?
quite hard,
Mhm.
but I have
Mhm.
got the point.
Okay. Quite hard in terms of what?
I didn't hear some words, maybe didn't
Mm-hmm.
understand
Mm-hmm.
how it's spelled,
Mm-hmm.
but without it, I I got the point.
All
Without
right.
some
Okay.
words.
Yes, actually, yeah, it's not necessary, right, to just understand, to get aware of everything said or heard. Yes, yeah. So more important is just to get the main idea, right? Although when you're answering specific questions, you may need something you
Yes.
have missed, right? Okay.
Yes,
Well,
yes.
let's see. Let's check. Okay.
Maybe it will some mistakes.
Okay. Let's see.
Why
Okay.
did Susan decide to do the experiment?
Mhm.
Because in her house, uh, all of each of them
Mhm.
have their own gadget.
Mhm.
Um, there's some different gadgets: iPod,
Mhm.
notebook, or laptop,
Mhm.
uh, mobile phone, and all their time they spent all
Their
of
time,
their
yes.
time
Mhm.
in their with their gadgets.
With their gadgets, yes. Or without relating to the
Yes,
other
yes.
people, right?
She want
Mhm.
she want
Mhm.
she wanted relating in her family.
Mhm. Yes, that's right. Okay. Well, the second question.
Was it just her children who were spending too much time using technology? Not,
Mhm.
no. Uh, um, there were not just her children.
Mhm.
She
Mhm.
she too. She spent too much time in
Mhm.
with her gadgets too.
Mhm. Yes, that's right. Mhm. Uh, the third one.
Uh, who are digital immigrants and digital natives?
Yes, I think that's the key question. Uh-huh. What's
Yeah.
the difference?
Difference is that digital immigrants uh, they uh, they they are
Mhm.
who was born.
They are
Who,
people, right?
yes,
Uh-huh.
they are people. They are
Uh-huh.
people
Who was born,
who
Daniel?
were born
Mm-hmm.
until 1980,
Mm-hmm.
when no when так когда
Mm-hmm. When they were no. Uh-huh. When they
yes,
were
yes,
no. Uh-huh.
when there were no gadgets
Mm-hmm.
in the world,
In the world,
in
yes.
their lives,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
maybe in their childhood.
Yes.
Um, and digital natives, they are people who were born
Mm-hmm.
later than 1980, and
Mm-hmm.
they have different gadgets
Mm-hmm.
in their childhood.
Mm-hmm.
They have gadgets from their так, from their born или как
Birth,
рождение,
right?
birth,
Mm-hmm.
from
Yes.
their
Mm-hmm.
birth.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's right.
And
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
one more
Mm-hmm.
thing. Digital immigrants, they use gadgets to find
Mm-hmm.
information,
Yeah.
and they can live without gadgets.
Mm-hmm.
And digital natives, they use gadgets every time, all
Mm-hmm.
of their time,
All the
and
time, yes.
all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like water
Mm-hmm.
or food, and they can't
Mm-hmm.
live without gadgets.
Yes, absolutely. That is a significant difference. Good. What gadgets did her family have to switch off? And
Uh-huh.
where?
Susan's family have to switch off every gadget, every
Mm-hmm.
gadgets which have screen,
Mm-hmm.
and they have to switch them off
Mm-hmm.
uh, in their house,
Yes, at home, right? Mm-hmm.
at home.
At
Yes,
home, yes. And
they
what were they allowed to use? Uh-huh.
they allowed to use gadgets in school,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
maybe not really at school,
At
but
school, right? Mm-hmm.
at
At
school,
school. Mm-hmm.
and at their friends' houses,
Yes.
um, and in their house, they
Mm-hmm.
allowed to use
Mm-hmm.
landline phone.
Yes, that's right. They were allowed, yes, to use. Mm-hmm.
Yes, they
They
were
were
allowed to
allowed.
use a
Yes,
landline
that's
phone.
right. Mm-hmm. How did she get the children to agree to the experiment? Yes, now Daniel. Mm-hmm. Your
Uh-huh.
answer. Uh-huh.
she she bribed
Mm-hmm.
them.
Yes. And what did you
Um,
say exactly?
she said that she's going to she's going to write the book,
Mm-hmm.
and part of the money from
Mm-hmm.
selling
Yes.
from selling these books
Mm-hmm.
goes to them.
Uh-huh. Okay. Now, Daniel, listen. You said she says that she is going to write a book, reported speech, right? She said that
She
she is going to write a book. So what's wrong?
she was going to write
She was going to write a book, yes, and some profits will go to them.
some profits.
No, I
Would
mean
go. Yes,
money
what
from
I know
selling
about
would go,
would go
yes, would go to them.
to
That's
them.
right. Okay. Reported speech, right? Uh-huh. Okay, that's right. Perfect. Then you're very, very good. Mm-hmm. Well, now let's deal with the second part. Mm-hmm. Listen carefully and say, in general, was the experiment positive or negative and why? Okay, the word which may seem to be tricky maybe is assume. Assume is just when you accept something is right or wrong, you see, or something is this way. So it means you accept. Ага.
Except
Признавать.
ah
Accept. Ага, признавать. Accept. Принять, признать.
accept. А я думал этот,
Accept. Accept.
accept.
Кроме, да?
Да,
Ага, окей.
и еще
Accept,
есть, кстати,
accept.
похожее слово.
Exceed. Exceed? What?
Expect.
Expect. Yes, definitely. Okay. Accept, accept, expect. Yes, okay, you're right. Well, now, ready to listen?
Yes, yes.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
5.20, Part 2.
So, what were the results? Was it a positive experience?
At the end of the book, Susan says that it was a positive experience in every way. At first, of course, the kids complained bitterly. They kept saying they were bored. But then they started to talk to each other again, to go and sit in each other's rooms and chat. They got interested in cooking and reading. They went to the cinema together. They played CDs on the CD player. And they actually sat and listened to the music instead of just having music on their headphones all the time as background music. And Susan's 15-year-old son started playing the saxophone again. He'd stopped playing a few years before, but then he started having lessons again and even started giving concerts. Oh, and the children said that they slept better.
Oh, well, that's good, yeah. But I mean, what about the children's schoolwork? I mean, nowadays we sort of assume that everyone needs the internet to do research for homework and so on.
In fact, the children's school reports showed that they all improved. When they needed the internet, they used the computers at school or at university. The eldest daughter was at university. Or they went to friends' houses. But when they did their homework, they did it better than before because they weren't multitasking. They weren't doing homework and listening to music and sending messages all at the same time.
Right.
So they concentrated better and their schoolwork improved.
What about Susan, the mother? Did she find it difficult to live without modern technology?
What she found most difficult was writing her weekly article for the newspaper, because she had to do it by hand and not on her laptop. She says that at the beginning, her hand used to really ache. She just wasn't used to writing by hand anymore, but that was just a small problem.
Any other negatives?
Well, of course, the phone bill for their landline was enormous.
But it was.
I can imagine.
Has the experiment had a lasting effect?
Susan says that it has. She thinks that they all get on much better as a family. Her son is still playing the saxophone, and he's sold his video console. They've all realised that we live in a digital world, but that we need to disconnect from time to time and to reconnect to the people around us. So they have new rules in the house, like no TVs in bedrooms and no TV in the kitchen where they eat, and no wasted hours on the
That
internet.
sounds great. That would be a good rule for me too.
Mm-hmm. Then you had lots of information, of course, but in
Yes.
general, yeah. So was the experiment positive or negative?
In general, the experiment was
Mm-hmm.
positive.
Yes. Mm-hmm. What are
Um,
some arguments? Huh?
uh, there are several arguments.
Mm-hmm.
Um, First, it's their children
Mm-hmm.
started to uh, relate relate to each other.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Uh, they they started to um, to
Talk to each other,
talk
yes.
to each
Mm-hmm.
other in their rooms, and
Mm-hmm.
then they started to go to the cinema
Mm-hmm.
together, and their school grades
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Improved.
yes, improved. Grades
Mm-hmm.
improved.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and her son, 50 years, or yes, 50 years old son,
50, then you're 50?
15,
15. Uh-huh, okay, 15
15,
years old.
15 years
Uh-huh.
old
Uh-huh.
son
Uh-huh.
uh, started to play saxophone again,
Mm-hmm.
and even mm, like give the concert.
Yes, even
Even
he even gave
he even gave the concert,
mm-hmm.
and and he continue continued
Mm-hmm.
pardon,
Continued. Yeah.
continued playing saxophone after experiment.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Playing the yes, Daniela, because we say
Playing
play the saxophone piano. Mm-hmm. What about their sleep?
they sleep became
Mm-hmm.
better,
Yes, became better. Mm-hmm.
and their housework
Mm-hmm.
homework um, home task maybe home
Mm-hmm.
tasks became better because they stopped doing multitasking.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Yes.
before they doing before they were doing their home task, and at this time um, chatting and
Mm-hmm.
listening music,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and while experiment.
Mm-hmm.
Там есть какой-то глагол или просто while?
While the experiment
While the experiment goes,
mm-hmm.
go.
Mm-hmm. While the experiment was going, yeah,
Yes,
right?
while the experiment
Continues.
was
Mm-hmm.
going,
Mm-hmm.
they just did their home task without
Yes.
improve it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. Improve the
Uh,
results. Mm-hmm.
Something about
Mm-hmm.
her, about
Yes.
her thought.
What about her? Mm-hmm.
Uh, that first at first she can't
Couldn't.
she couldn't так привыкать или что-то такое там.
No, she had to type. She had to handwrite. Yes. Uh-huh.
Ну вот я вот
You
это
mean
плохо
what?
помню, честно говоря.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Это с ней случилось, или что-то как-то она не привыкла, или что-то такое.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She found most difficult what, Daniel?
To write by her hand,
Yes,
and
yes, to write
she
by her hand. Uh-huh.
she had handbake at first
Mm-hmm.
time.
Yes, that's right.
But I
Okay.
but I didn't hear what she write. Her book?
The book, yes, because she was writing this book, you see, Danielle.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
yes, yes,
Yes, you
yes.
forgot?
Without
Uh-huh, she was
laptop,
writing. Yeah.
she was
Mm-hmm.
writing her book without laptop,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yes.
she was writing it by her hands. And
Yeah.
at first time, she
Mm-hmm.
had headache.
Yes, that's right, a headache. Mm-hmm. Well, there was also something negative, okay, but they talk about that in a funny way. I mean, just they were laughing about that. So, what
About
was
phone,
ab- about what?
something about landline phone.
Yeah, yeah, the phone bill, right? The phone
Ah,
bill
phone bill.
for the landline phone was enormous, right?
Ah,
Because they were
yes, I
using it a
didn't hear about
lot.
it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay. Well, not bad. Yeah, not bad, but just very good. Amazing. Yeah, you have answered all the questions. Okay. So, I think we can listen to the third part, okay? To the third part, and you are to just say what does each guest say he or she would miss most if they had to do the experiment, okay? For speakers and for things they would miss the most, okay? Danielle.
Okay, missed
What they
additional.
would miss. Miss it means uh, feel sorry about. I mean, feel nostalgic. Okay, for example, if I ask you to turn off your mobile phone for 6 months, you will be missing your mobile phone. So you
Ah,
would
okay. Yeah. Mhm.
feel sorry and would like to take it again. You say turn it on again, so stuff like that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
5.21. Part 3.
Okay, so imagine you all did the experiment. What would you miss the most? Sally?
Well, I already live without the internet many weekends because we have a house in the country in the middle of nowhere where there's no internet coverage. So I know that what I would miss most is being able to Google information, like the phone number of a restaurant or what time a film starts. Or even, dare I say it, the football results. I don't have a TV, so I wouldn't miss that. But I would miss not having the internet.
Andrew?
Well, I simply couldn't live without a computer or a laptop because I work from home, so I don't have an office to go to, and I absolutely need the internet too. I couldn't do the experiment. I just wouldn't be prepared to go to an internet cafe all day to work. Susan, the journalist who did the experiment, only had to write 1 column a week, but I work from home 8 hours a day.
Jenny?
I think I could do it. I think I could easily live without any of these electrical gadgets at home. I mean, I have my office, so I could use the internet there. I don't use an iPod. I still prefer to listen to CDs.
You old dinosaur.
Yes, I know. And I don't watch much TV. I am quite attached to my BlackBerry. But I wouldn't mind using a normal phone for 6 months. I don't think there's anything I'd miss too much.
Oh.
Yeah,
And
right.
finally, Nick, our only digital native.
Well, I'm sorry, but I just wouldn't be prepared to even try the experiment. Not even for a week, let alone 6 months. I wouldn't be prepared to live without my phone. I use it for everything. Phoning, music, the internet. So no, I wouldn't do it.
Not even if you were offered money?
It would have to be a huge amount of money. No, I'm definitely not going to do it.
No, shame on you.
All right. And yeah, just shortly, briefly. So, what would they miss most?
Shortly, Sally. She miss. She
She would miss. Uh-huh.
she would miss about
Mm-hmm.
internet
Yes, she would miss the internet, Daniela. There is no
Ah,
about, miss something, all right? Miss the
okay.
internet. Mm-hmm.
She would miss about так, miss the
Without
internet.
about,
She
miss
would
the
miss the
internet, yeah?
internet without about.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
She
Yes, yes.
she would miss the internet
Mm-hmm.
because she couldn't Googling,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
and
She can Google, yes.
she couldn't Google, and it's more biggest problem to her.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Andrew,
Yes.
uh,
Enter.
he he said that he couldn't without gadgets because
Mm-hmm.
he had 8 time work day uh,
Yeah.
at his house,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and
That's
he
right.
uh, couldn't do this experiment.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Maybe from internet cafe or some or office, but
Yeah.
he he hadn't um, he hadn't it.
He didn't have, yes, he didn't
He
have
didn't have.
it.
Yes, he didn't have.
Yes. All right.
And
Jenny, digital
Jenny
native.
said no.
Mm-hmm.
Jenny, no digital native. Nick,
Mm.
Nick digital native.
Uh-huh. Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Yes, yes, yes. Uh-huh. Okay. Jenny. Mm-hmm.
Jenny said that she would do
Mm-hmm.
the experiment, and
Mm-hmm.
she thought that it would without problems
Mm-hmm.
because she don't she didn't need um, she didn't need internet at home
Mm-hmm.
because she had internet in her office, and
Mm-hmm.
didn't hear music. She didn't hear music by iPod, and
Mm-hmm.
she used CD player,
Yes.
and
Right.
she didn't watch the TV at home,
Mm-hmm.
so she thought that it was not hard.
Mm-hmm. Yes, she's not a digital native. She's an old dinosaur.
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay, yes. Uh-huh. And
They call them her.
yes, they called her, yeah. And
And
finally, Nick.
finally, Nick, he is digital native, and
Mm-hmm.
he said that he used his mobile phone, every time and everywhere,
Mm-hmm.
and he used it for chatting, for listening music,
Yes,
mm,
phoning.
and
Mm-hmm.
he couldn't do this experiment ever because
He could never do, right? He could
I could
never
never yes,
do.
he could
Mm-hmm.
never do this experiment because
Mm-hmm.
he couldn't live without his phone.
Yes, exactly. Okay. Well done, Danielle. Brilliant. Brilliant. Thank you very much. Okay. Well, I think it's high time to take down your homework. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Please just take some notes. That'll be page number 60, exercise 3, vocabulary, phrasal verbs, A, B, and page number 61, exercise 4 and 5, reading and listening.
Okay.
Okay? Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes. Hopefully you've got everything, Danielle.
Yes, I have got
Mm-hmm.
everything.
Okay, nice. Thank you very much for your work. Yes. And
Thank you.
have a great weekend. Yes, tomorrow is a day off. Yes. Uh-huh. So see
Yes.
you next week. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Bye.
Goodbye.